We have proclamations. Representative Blackman.
Mr. Speaker, permission to explain the proclamation.
Please.
Members, today is the first day, excuse me, today is the first day of Black History Month. And I am having Steve read a proclamation on something that is not spoke about in our communities. It's something that needs to be heard. It's something that I am very aggressively trying to fix in the Black communities. And it is a tragedy that this happens every single day in the Black communities. So since it is Black History Month, let's talk about, through this proclamation, the history of what's been happening in the Black community.
State of Arizona Legislative Proclamation. Whereas, since the 1973 Roe versus Wade decision by the United States Supreme Court, more than 54 million babies have been aborted in Planned Parenthood centers around the nation, having drastic personal, practical, and political effects on the communities and citizens. Every town, city, ethnicity, and age group has suffered from the tragic effects of these mostly surgical and sometimes medical procedures. The true toll of abortion may remain unknown and immeasurable because the data, for the most part, has not been collected, or has been ignored by those responsible for its collection. And whereas abortion impacts African Americans at a higher rate than any other population group, and more African American babies are aborted than born alive, in 2011, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention released an abortion surveillance report stating that, although African American women make up 14% of the childbearing population, these women obtained 36% of all abortions, at a ratio of 474 abortions per 1,000 live births. African American women have the highest ratio of any group in the country. And whereas this alarming number equates to more than 1,300 African American babies aborted every day in America, of the more than 44 million abortions performed since 1973, 19 million African American babies have been aborted. Yet, African Americans comprise just under 13% of the United States population. And whereas the impact of abortion on African American communities are hard to fathom, according to the Guttmacher Institute, which generally supports abortion, 360,000 African American babies were aborted in 2011. CDC statistics for 2011 show that 287,072 African Americans died from all other causes, excluding abortion, making abortion the leading cause of death among African Americans. African American women and community leaders should be outraged about the racial disparity when African American women are targeted by Planned Parenthood. Therefore, Representative Walt Blackman invites the members of the Arizona House of Representatives to join him in recognizing that abortion is the leading cause of death among African Americans, and that unborn African American babies conceived by legal citizens of the United States are protected under the United States Constitution, guaranteeing equal rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness for all Americans. Dated this first day of February 2022, Representative Walt Blackman, Arizona State Representative, District 6.
Mr. Speaker, I'm asking for a moment of silence. By the end of the day, 1,300 black babies would have been aborted. And I'm asking for a moment of silence for those lives that will be lost today. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, members.